Everybody, welcome back to the saadcast. This is episode 7, and today we're joined by Beazr, and I'll let him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? I'm Beazr. I've been playing Siege since Skull Rain. Started on Xbox. Got a PC around Grim Sky, and ever since then, I've been playing comp in the T3 scene. I have competed in ESA, made it to finals twice, sadly lost. Been on teams such as Homeland, Infamy, and now, as of recently, Lycus Empire.
Congrats on that, by the way. I saw the announcement. I think that was yesterday.
Solid org pickup.
Yes, sir.
Do you know, what happened with the other Lycus Empire? Did they disband or did they just leave
I'm not sure exactly what happened. It probably was a troll tweet, but I saw Wi-Fi tweet, our team's currently disbanding in scrims. So I'm pretty sure that could have been a joke, but then again, it might not have because I don't think they're a team anymore.
From what I've heard, I mean they're competing in ESA currently as a Toyota Camry. Yeah. But so from what I'm guessing is the situation with Valkyrie it was like a week or two back where they were had all their players exploring different options, so they weren't technically disbanded. I'm sure they're in that sort of limbo where they're sticking together for now, but if they find better options, they're going to split off. Congratulations on getting picked up by Lycus, by the way. That is a solid org pickup. I do. There's some questions that I'll bring up later once we get to that specific topic. But just want to say congratulations on that. Hopefully, this will be a step forward in your comp career.
Thank you.
For the people that are watching that don't know, it's Beazr, just say the people that are on the team.
Okay, so right now the roster is currently me, Defiance, Search, Braxton, and Cal. And then Cherish is our analyst.
Cherish is analyst. Nice. Yeah. Solid, for sure. Congrats. You guys are doing which leagues right now?
Right now, we are unfortunately doing AGN.
I'm sorry.
We're also doing AL and SCS, and we are we're preparing heavily for CCS quals coming up this weekend.
Yeah, so I saw something that was I think it was are you guys scrimming? Because I saw this tweet that's, I don't know if it's a joke or not. It was no scrims, no strats.
We're scrimming. Yeah.
We're scrimming, yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously, I mean, I saw Brack's tweet about come back to in the tweet he said he didn't really consider it comp. He just said scrims and games or something like that. But as I can tell, y'all are taking this pretty seriously. Obviously, Braxton's not here, so I'm not going to put words in his mouth or anything, but I really do wish I could have asked him what his whole deal with comp is, because, a couple of weeks ago, he said he was going just content creation.
Yeah.
And now it seems like he's kind of back into comp, but I don't think he's taking it quite as making as much a part of his lifestyle. I mean, if you try and do that, he'd probably be, again, trying to shoot for Challenger League. After having already been in it, I believe it was 2-3 seasons ago.
Two.
The only thing I can really say on that, I can't say too much, but what I can say is that we are scrimming and we are putting a lot of effort to this team.
Yeah, for sure.
With Braxton's situation, that's up to him if he wants to get public about it. But
yeah,
we're scrimming.
For sure.
I definitely think that. So obviously, getting picked up by Lycus, that's big. I don't know if you're allowed to or want to speak about why you decided to go from NSO to Lycus, but was it just overall, did you think the support from the org was better? Did it just seem like a better opportunity, or what's up there?
Yeah, so I mean, no offense to NSO, but NSO is night and day compared to Lycus. I mean, they have the name, they have the staff, they have the basically everything that NSO didn't. And I mean, I wasn't on NSO for too long. I was only there for a week before we switched orgs, 2 weeks. And I didn't get much. I only talked to the dude once, one of the managers. So I mean, they seem cool, but overall it's just better opportunities for us, So not much to think about.
Yeah, finding a good org Sam and Sod, we all know what it's like to be under an org that has its issues at times.
Oh yeah, they
And,
congratulations, Black Mamba Esports. You picked up a Challenger League team. Let's see how long that lasts.
Yeah, that lost its first game under the org. Anyway, let's continue.
I don't think they want to hear it.
Fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah, that org was horrible. Fuck you if you're watching this, Zodiac. Fuck you.
Holy shit. Anyway, so we'll get on to the I guess first real topic, I guess. And that'll be just so obviously, you know, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but finding a team lately for a lot of experienced T3 players has been fucking hell in a cell. Exactly. There are multiple extremely talented players out there that just can't seem to stay with a team for more than a month or two. And that's definitely an issue. And I'd like to get your thoughts on why it seems like these T3 teams can't stick with certain players and like to switch shit up so often.
So in my personal experience, my first real comp team was Medieval, what technically Homeland. That's more known. Like we were the same team, different org, but Homeland, I was with them for 8-9 months, and we had the most roster changes we've ever made is like one person at a time. We really never switched anything, and so I don't have too much personal experience on that. But from what I've heard, it's just with all these T3 teams, not a lot of them actually want to try to push to CL. Not a lot of them want to try to push PL. They just don't care. And when you have people that just don't care, they're not going to like want to stick together and fix what other issues. This guy went 1-12 in a game day, fucking replace him. Like that's how these guys think. They don't care if they want to improve. They just want to get in these ESA games and these EPS games and just play good and get the clout. They don't really care about improving.
And I find that ironic as fuck, right? Because if you're spending hours and hours of your time, is that a rack flag behind you? Jesus Christ!
Yes.
God damn it! Anyway, like they spend these hours and hours and hours of their lives that they could spend doing other shit, and they do it just to play in T3 leagues that give you fucking just pennies at a time as far as payout goes. And then on top of that, they like to ego and fuck with the people that actually want to try and do something with it. I think that that's stupid as fuck. Find another hobby.
So with that, I mean, like these people that aren't really trying as much, like they have talent, you know, like there's so many players that have talent and that couldn't push the CL if they really wanted to, but they get Twitter followers, they get names for themselves, and they're just like, well, I don't really need to try anymore. I have my clout, but in reality, it's nothing. T3 clout is nothing. The only thing that T3 clout can get to you is like PL coaches or PL scouters, whatever, CL, like, oh, I've heard of this guy. We could look at him. But other than that, like egoing other people over T3, it's just the stupidest shit I've ever done or ever been through. Like, I just don't get it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's a video game. You're not people shouldn't get egos off video games, especially if you're in the underage scene.
I mean, ranked people take that shit way too fucking seriously. Like, people are good at ranked, and then you bring them into comp, and then they don't do shit, and then they tell Rio to kill themselves and get banned from CL till early 2021. I hate when that happens.
No, that's on our list for today.
I don't know. Sure, ranked elo is fucking. I don't know. If you give a fuck about ranked to the point where you're gonna ego other people over the color charm you have in game, like go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and like me personally, like I don't get invited to a lot of ranked stacks because everyone knows I don't fucking care about ranked. Like at the end of the day, it's literally a number next to your name, and people think that that number is your skill. Like plat 3. Does it like or compared to plat 1, they're like, oh, he's plat 3, he's dog shit. Like I'm not even like I'm plat 2, I think. But it's like I don't care. I don't like want to try and ranked because like if I try, I just feel like I'm wasting my time. You know, like I want to have fun outside of scrims. I want to have fun outside of comp, and I can't do that if I'm like getting yelled at for spawn peeking. Like it's not fun. So I don't really play ranked.
Yeah, and another issue that comes with ranked is like they're. Like, I, for one, can speak from a bit of experience. But, like, you'll take a break from comp, and then you'll play only ranked for a fat bit. and then you forget how to play the fucking game at a competitive level again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ranked, if it were played the same way comp was, then I think it would be perfectly viable to like judge people to an extent off of rank. Obviously, you're able to do so to an extent. Like, you know, I mean, I'm just saying, if you're gold like a 0.8, then I think that speaks for itself. But once you get above like plat 2 level, then like it just, I don't know. It doesn't mean too much really.
Yeah, like I say rank doesn't matter, but I wouldn't pick up a silver 3 with a 0.6 KD.
But yeah, you know, like
to an extent rank doesn't matter, but then again, like you want to pick up people that have what for me rank shows that you have gun skill.
Yeah.
And gun skill is a huge part of this game, but in comp, you can be going 2-12, IGLing hard breach and winning your team rounds back and forth. Like it doesn't matter who gets the kills as long as the round's won.
Yeah,
So,
as long as you have players that can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, if all of you can't aim, then you know that's an issue in and of itself. Yeah. But you know, at that point, then it's a team failure.
Exactly.
I think that like if you have a gold versus I don't know, like let's say a gold 2 versus a plat 2, right? Like let's say like you get in a scrim lobby, right? And like everyone on their team is gold 2, right? Like you're gonna think a sort of way about that, but like I mean that's why I do think that rank kind of matters. But then again, like once you get to like plat 2, I guess, and above, like it really doesn't matter. But I think anywhere below plat 3, like then it actually does matter. And like I think if you're anywhere below plat 3 and you're trying to play competitive, I think that you should like play ranked first and like make sure you can get to like the platinum levels and then try to play competitive. I don't think that you should try. I don't like silver teams. I don't see the point in a silver team.
Yeah, I mean I've been rocked by golds.
Yeah, no, that's what I was about to say. Them gold 2 scrims, fucking.
Yeah, like they like some golds like they have the best aim in the fucking world. But they have zero idea what to do. They peek everything, but they'll slam your shit.
Well, some people also don't care about ranked at all. Like I know some people that are like insane at comp, but like just do not care about ranked whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, look at Canadian from SSG. He literally couldn't play ranked with his teammates because he's too low of MMR. He was like low plat 3.
I think Vertical was gold 1 at one point. Mm-hmm. Like he's sort of like fucking pro player. But I'm just saying, like if like your actual like because if Vertical like if he like wanted to and he could get into like a pro set, he could hit champion. Like he's fucking good enough. But if you're like MMR is supposed to be like your representation of like your skill level. If like that's your skill level, like the gold like player base, then I like that. Then that like actually like raises me. But like if you play comp and you're really good in comp and you're gold, it's probably because you just don't care about rank, and that's fine, perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
I've played Verd in rank. That motherfucker just runs around with the SMG-11 every round and just shoots at you. He does not care.
Yeah,
he's crazy.
He hatch dropped on us and fragged like 3 of us. He does not care.
That's another thing. Like if you're just playing like to not like care, just don't give a fuck. You can have fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Play scrims and
that's why I have an alt account though.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, that's TOS though, Samuel. That's rap, baby girl.
Fuck you. Okay, next topic. We have relegations for NA. So, tempo relegations, and then there's the finals for Challenger League, which is East Coast versus Rent Free. We're gonna do like predictions, opinions, that sort of thing. So, Beazr, why don't you start us off first with East Coast Rent Free?
I honestly think Rent Free has this. I mean, Beast Coast is a really good team. I've seen them play in like the Nerd Street. They won, but like it's like. No, they lost to a PogChamp, right? Yeah, they lost to PogChamp, and I just think that Rent Free overall has more talent than Beast Coast. I'm going with Rent Free.
My thing with it is Beast Coast surprised us last week, and they could surprise us again.
They could. Anything's possible.
They've been putting in the work, like you can see.
Who did Beast Coast play last week? Is it Favelas?
No.
They beat Ape.
No. They beat Ape. They beat Ape, right?
Ape, yeah, Ape.
Yeah, they beat Ape.
Yeah. I mean,
I think
Ape
that
last dance, and well, they also looked 2-0 yesterday. But like, I honestly see it going either way. But if I had to guess, I'm gonna go Rent Free. I think that everyone on Rent Free has more experience in Beast Coast, like professional experience. I think everyone in Rent Free has been on a pro team at one point. I also think they want. I can't say they wanted more. I think both teams want. That's why they're playing for their careers in this game. But whoever wins, I think can beat Tempo. That's my prediction. Whoever wins, I think can beat Tempo.
Yeah, 100%.
How many maps are they playing for the finals? Like not CL finals, but relegations. Do you know?
I'm pretty sure it's best of 3. I don't think the only thing that best of 5 are like championships. That's the only thing. I think of.
Those are reserved for like actual prize money and shit.
But then again, this is like the biggest game of everyone on both teams' careers. So
exactly.
But is it the biggest for? Is it the biggest for their viewership though on the R6 Twitch channel though?
No. Exactly. That's why I think
so it's not going to be a best of 5.
Best of 3 makes sense. Yeah.
In my opinion, this Beast Coast versus Rent Free game is the actual relegation. Whoever wins.
The
Tempo Storm game is just there. I mean, I say that, but 90% sure. Yeah.
So.
I feel so bad for Jarvis. He's been on teams that just like for months and then they just get relegated. Like
you know what? You can say you feel bad. You say you can feel bad for Jarvis, but I'm saying that motherfucker had a .74 rating this season.
Okay, well he was on
wasn't
TSM,
completely his fault.
He was on DZ, got dropped. TSM got dropped. LG org, Tempo now.
I think Jarvis needs to find a team that he can actually mesh with.
Yeah, I think he needs. He just things end too fast for him.
Yeah, I feel like when I see Tempo play, it seems a lot more there's a lot of dysfunction, and it seems like the players don't really want to be playing there together at times.
You see, if Tempo gets relegated, I think that DG could really use creators. I think that DG could use creators. Like I don't know what other team. Like I know creators deserves to be in pro league. He's really good. He's been good. He's been consistently good for Tempo. So I think he deserves to stay in pro league. Like when the Russell Shuffle happens, I think he'll be on a pro team. My prediction is he goes to DG. Don't know who for. Maybe Reed. Reed's doing pretty bad right now, but not sure.
I think NJR needs a new team, and they replace
NJR.
Yeah, NJR is too good for DG.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, who would he replace? Like, what team? Because all the other teams, like,
they're stable.
I feel like they don't want to make roster moves.
They don't want to, but Vert's been underperforming on OXG for a while.
That's also
Vert.
Yeah,
this
Vert
is true.
Does not fit on OXG. He just doesn't.
And another thing, Merc is really inconsistent.
Merc is really
inconsistent.
He came out statistically this season swinging pretty much. You know, like I think that Merc has been doing fine. Really, I think if he fixes consistency issues, then TSM could definitely be number 1 NA.
He's really
ever.
Yeah, no matter. It doesn't matter if he has a 0.4 rating. Like he's not getting dropped.
TSM,
I'm sure he brings good vibes.
Goes close to relegations, they're not going to make changes.
Yeah.
Like they just want to stick together.
They have the chemistry that every team has.
TSM is like they're fine. I think DZ definitely not need to make a change.
DZ's in a really good spot right now.
I think DZ's the best in NA right now, and then TSM.
Maybe SSG, they might need something.
Yeah. No, SSG.
Or SSG, yeah.
I think SSG needs to make a change of some sort. I don't know if it's with their members, but like I think we can all agree. Role swaps, and maybe I mean it's just one of those things where it's like obviously it's not as comparable to like the G2/Penta era when they were like the definitive best in the world, right? But like, you know, SSG are the titular, you know, world champions, you know, and they haven't been playing like that lately.
Yeah, well, here's my take on it. So, like, SSG was basically, like, unstoppable during the Mute Mozzie meta. I think that they mastered it really well. And now that we're in a different meta, we're kind of in the Wumai utility dump meta, you know, shields. I don't think that they are the best team at this current meta. I think they were the best at Mute Mozzie, for sure. That's, like, undoubtable. But I think that this meta, like, they're not the best team in the world anymore. So, like, they're not the same team that won Invite. Like, the meta is completely different. So they're still good. Like they're still like third in NA, fourth in third. Four.
A lot of that could come down to like I know like they're all living in a house, but like we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like everything with COVID, especially like you never know what's going on in families, like not being able to see people, like stress, mental issues. Like you never know because like COVID is like not only caused a lot of physical problems, like a lot of people around the world, not even Siege players, like they struggle a lot having to, and they might not be at their top performance now because of it. But at the end of the day, it's like, can you overcome that? You know.
All right, Beazr, I have a question for you. Do you think that J9 on DG is a good fit?
I feel like it's too early to say. He has the chemistry with NJR. He has the potential. I haven't paid attention to his stats too much. I know he didn't do good in his debut game. I think during this next stage we'd really see.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm gonna say he's doing pretty good. But I feel like it's too early to tell.
Because like from dropping Nyx, who was like he was their IGL, their leader, like that leader like voice on the team. I don't know if J9 is that for the team anymore. I think maybe DG like thought that having that one leader voice like wasn't working for them, and maybe they're all sort of pitching in now. Like I know a lot of teams do that, but I honestly we don't know like their comms, but it might be. It may be good. It may be great. It may be working out perfect for them. But like just based on like statistical, and then the fact that Nyx was their IGL, and J9, I don't think he's really like an IGL figure. So that's just why I bring that up.
Yeah, the
dream for J9. Big brain.
Dream for J9. I don't know about that one.
And the thing with IGLing is like teams will either react very, very positive or very, very negative to an IGL. Like personally, I respond really good. Like I play at my top performance when I have someone like telling me what to do. Like I know what to do, but like it comes down to like something I need to work on. Like I feel like if I make a wrong play, and I wasn't told to do it, then I'm gonna like fuck. Like I fucked up. Like I cost the round and it gets in my head. You know.
Does Defiance IGL for Lycus?
Right now, it is Defiance and Braxton. Braxton is calling most of our shots.
Yeah,
he has the experience, and he has
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
like I know Defiant. Like I mean, I've played Defiance in comp. I'm not gonna say I know him, right? Because I don't think I've ever spoken to the guy, but I've seen him around in comp for fucking ages. I know that he's got the experience, and I know Braxton will fucking just like sergeant drill that shit in your fucking head.
He does not fuck around. Like he especially in game days, like if you fuck up, like he'll make sure you know you fucked up. Like
which is good if you're not a little bitch, right?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like he said, like as long as you're not bitch made, like we're gonna go far. And it's like I agree with that. Like people like don't realize like when you play sports, you're not gonna get fucking babied around. And you're not going to, oh, it's okay, you did this, but next time just try your best. Like, no. They're going to say, yo, you're fucking idiot. Like, why'd you do that? And then that helps. That helps because you're like, if you're just being babied around, they're going to be, oh, I can fuck up again and I'll just get the same shit. But no, you don't want to get yelled at like that. Especially like Braxton. That motherfucker's scary, bro.
Yes, he's fucking scary. He looks like he could beat the fuck out of you with one hand.
Exactly.
And the thing is, though, is right, like, tough love and, like, valid criticism is, I think that is good for the role. Like, if an IGL has those qualities to be able to give and take that criticism, I think that's very healthy. But at the same time, a lot of teams I know, as far as IGLing goes, if your IGL is just a fucking prick, then problems arise. If they're being constructive with it, it's fine. But they're just being an asshole, and blaming people, then nothing's achieved. And I think that's something that a lot of people need to understand is like, you're not being an IGL, you're being a fucking prick.
Yeah.
Slow your roll and actually learn how to talk to people.
Yeah, because IGL, in-game leader, you got to be a leader. And if you're just you're yelling at people like, so Braxton will get mad, right? But like, he won't get mad at you for missing your shots because that happens. Everyone's going to miss your shots. But like if he says, everyone push north side and you just crouch around the west side doing absolutely nothing, like what the fuck are you doing, But like if you're in a 1v1 and you just miss your shots, like nice try, dude. Like that's all that's to be said. Like maybe you could have played it a little better, but we're not going to get too much into detail about it because like there's no point. It's going to happen. Everyone in the
unless
call and
you
everyone
play
that's
it.
watching and everyone in seed has missed. You know.
Yeah, unless you just play the fucking situation out like a complete dumbass,
Well,
then
Elias misses more than others.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think our team
dropping
has that
14
issue.
is therm.
Nah, you suck, bro. When have you ever dropped double digits?
Yeah, next week, if we ever get fucking Zergon, yeah, that's happening. Bring that up. Something, now I know this is back to a previous topic, but CL, the recent results with Ape, I think that had a lot of people rather discouraged. I think they were a bit of a Challenger League favorite child for a lot of people. Seeing them miss their chance at Pro League for another year is honestly pretty heartbreaking. But
Yeah.
like, let's be honest here. Freak's absence is I don't know. Y'all think he's going to be absent, or do you think he's just going to get dropped and they're going to find someone else to fill in? Okay.
If he comes back, he's going to get like not only will he get more shit, the org will get more shit, the players will get more shit. Like, the chances of him actually coming back to the scene for a while is very, very slim. When you say something like that to another human being over a fucking video game,
yeah,
like you have some actual mental issues, and I don't know what's going on in his life, but then again, you don't take it out on other people, you know?
Yeah,
it's just
like I got over the whole fucking like edgy 15-year-old telling people to kill themselves in a video game shit when I was 15. You're a grown ass man. Get your fucking shit together. Playing in Challenger League, you are one step below being a fucking professional, making this your livelihood. Learn to shut your fucking mouth and get over your fucking ranked game L, dude. Like, I'm sorry that the fucking ranked elo means more than your fucking Challenger League games.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I don't wish like misfortune upon anyone. So I honestly hope he bounces back like Yardy did. But like, and I don't think he's a bad person for it. But like, come on, like you, like what you say matters, especially now that you're playing at a semi-professional level. And, like, it's shitty thing to say. Like, come on, like I know everyone has like told someone to, or like has like shit on someone before, like just completely let their anger and their emotions get the better of them. But like when you are like a semi-professional player, like you have to be like on your like I guess best behavior like at all times.
Especially whenever like everyone's done that before, but who you do it to also matters contextually. And the fact that he went up to another Challenger League player, someone who is involved directly with that scene, and he says all that shit to him, like you got to think to yourself, what are the consequences of my actions going to be, right? Like, if I went up to a fucking co-worker or some shit, told them to go fuck themselves, generally that's going to present some issues.
Generally.
That being said, if Freak gets dropped from Ape, I think that picking up someone, because, like, let's be honest here, Tempo is likely going to be relegated.
Likely, yeah.
Okay. I think that picking up someone from Tempo, and if possible, picking up someone from Tempo in place of Freak for that entry role.
Mark.
Thanks, Sod.
Well, think about it. Like, what if Tempo doesn't get relegated? They can still pick out like someone from PogChamp. Like, there's 5 good players right there that want a Challenger League spot, and like I don't know.
If you look at these teams who have taken chances on recently turned 18 people. TSM with Bola, I know it was a while ago, but NJR, J9, Iconic, all those people, for the most part, those 8 recently turned 18 players have been outstanding. They've changed the game. They've changed Pro League. And I think the faster, I might sound a little, what's the word? Like, I want this to happen because I'm almost turning 18, but the faster that the generation of Pro League players can kind of shift, because I feel like we're in this weird spot right now with Pro League. You have these cracked out like fucking teams who know everything and are getting better, and then you have these teams that have been doing the same thing over and over and over again for 3 or 4 years. I feel like the faster we can shift from that old meta to this new meta and these new ages and these new players, the better Siege is going to get. Because right now people are getting bored of watching the same thing.
Yeah.
The same play style.
And I think that definitely new blood is good for the scene in general, especially and no offense to the guys that have been playing this game at the highest level for the past 5-6 years, props to you, but at a certain point you got to get new people involved in the scene. That's better for the game's growth as a whole too.
Exactly.
Obviously there are certain OG players from any game scene that you love to see in game, Simple from Counter-Strike, there's all these types of players you love to see, but new blood generally is for the best in a comp scene after it starts to get mundane and boring. But it feels like the Siege scene in particular, it is extremely hard to get new blood up there.
Many players.
Well, yeah, because you have maybe 4 or 5 spots up in the Pro League level that can actually get new people filled into them. And then other than that, it's just this giant pool of people just switching rosters and teams constantly. It's give people a chance, for instance, giving Kanzen a chance on United, I think has been huge.
Yeah.
I know it's Canadian Pro League, but Penguin just had his debut against Livid, and he went fucking insane.
Yeah, he was crazy.
So,
and it all comes down to like you said, the amount of spots that you have. It's Siege. It's a 5-person team, 5 players, and maybe a sub. But if you look at other sports like baseball, basketball, football, everyone's like, oh, the chance I'm getting into this is so slim. Even if you're a 3rd-string sub, you're still making a living. And you're still with Siege and other games where you have 6-5 players, the chance people say it's hard to get into those sports. It's 10 times harder here. You have, you might not have as many people trying to do it, but you have 90% less chance of getting it because there's so many people trying to do it, and there's not nearly enough spots. So I think that the faster Siege can start accepting new players and new talent, the better this game has. And I hate saying this because this is what I want to do, but at the rate Siege is going, it won't last another 3 years.
Oh, it won't. And that's tragic, especially for these, 15, 16-year-old kids that are pretty cracked at the fucking game. And I think if they grinded it, they could definitely get to a pro level. But it sucks because that might never come to fruition just because the devs are out of touch. The game, you can argue all you like that while the player base isn't dying, competitively it's fucking dying. And comp is what carries a shooter generally. Unless COD maybe to an extent, but
I think that they're starting to realize what's happening. If you look at Pro League a year ago and Pro League now, you're averaging 12,000, 15,000 viewers compared to 50, 60,000,
Yeah.
And it's that just shows you that people are getting bored of watching it. You have the comp players, and you have the random players, and you have the Xbox players that want to watch, but you don't have the fan base, the actual fan base of the game anymore, because you're fucking the game. You're adding stupid shit. You're not fixing stupid shit. For the echo bug, bro. We can't use echo because they don't know how to fix a fucking operator. This is the second time. Same with Clash. You're ruining people's strats. You're ruining people's play style because your game is broken with the servers. You're costing rounds. I don't know if you guys saw it. APEC qualifiers. Okami LFO was down 5-1. They were getting the plant down. They kill a guy that throws a C4. The C4 blows up. They lose 2 seconds. They don't have the time to plant. They lose around 6-1. I think they lost the game. That just shows people are losing games and losing mentality and losing rounds because of your game. Not them. That was not their fault. And they don't care. And that's what sucks.
And we cut slack on the devs to an extent because let's be honest, Siege is an incredibly complex game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like they don't care, but I really do believe that they care about the game. It's the devs
care, but they don't care enough.
Yeah, no, okay. I think they care. I just think they don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Oh my God! You see the Tachanka reveal, the devs. Oh my God, that's a disgrace.
They don't know how to play their own game.
Yeah, right? Exactly. How are we supposed to trust that they understand how the game works like competitively when they don't know how to
shoot through fucking Montang's shield? Like you have a dev.
Yeah.
Trying to shoot through Montang. Like they need a new staff. The only way this game lives is if they replace their devs and they replace their staff. Not everyone, but a majority.
Well, and it sucks because I think that we can all notice this downhill trend a couple months back whenever they had the refresh of their dev team and the people that worked on the game. You know, you saw a lot of old faces leaving the game, and ever since then, it's been kind of fucking downhill. Mm-hmm. You know? Well, you have games like Valorant where they have literal ex-Counter-Strike pros helping talk to the devs and listening. And Valorant, you know, like, I have my gripes with the game as is, but it has, from a like balancing and dev standpoint, like you can tell they care about their fucking game. They update it like weekly, you know. Yeah. And then Siege is here. And Siege is here, sitting with its mid-season patches, you know, that half the time introduce more bugs than fixes. Mm-hmm. Like, how fucking counterproductive is that?
This is all like this is everything that I've just heard. I'm not 100% on this, but from what I've heard, there's Ubisoft and devs and pro players and big content creators all in this like Discord server. And when they release new things, they have them test it out. They have them give their opinion, and they do stupid shit, and they get the feedback saying, "Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this," and they do it. They don't. Apparently, they just don't listen to their feedback.
And well, I read the reasoning behind that, right? And like, I'm not defending this here because I think it's stupid as fuck too. Mm-hmm. But they said that the reasoning behind it was because they don't want the game to be put in a position where it's too comfortable for the professionals and they get everything they want. They want it to be a dynamic game that's constantly changing. But you can't have a dynamic game that's constantly changing if it's turning into a pile of shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's when it comes down to people, like they're listening to more people like Bikini Body.
Oh God, dude, I hate Bikini Body.
He's a funny guy, but they're listening to him for what? Because he has subscribers, because he has people that are going to play the game. Yeah, he might have the casual community having fun, laughing their ass off. But what about us? You know, like, you got to have a balance.
What about the people that make their livelihoods off this game?
My opinion is that the casual community will have fun no matter what. It's not the like balancing things that are gonna make the casual community not have fun. Like if you take away My Shield, the casual community is not gonna revolt. Like come on, dude. Yeah. Like My Shield is not a casual community thing. Like the casual community doesn't understand how broken shields are right now. Like,
they'll bring BP over Shield and whatever. They'll bring
exactly.
They don't know.
They don't care. They do not care.
And I think they're just ignoring us. They're all, I mean, it's a company at the end of the day. The only thing they care about is numbers. They care about numbers. If they're producing those numbers, but you have people like us contemplating whether we should pursue their game because we don't know if it's going to live or die, but they're getting their numbers. They don't give a fuck about us. And everyone knows that.
Well, it feels like they're taunting us to an extent because with Siege, there is no other game like Siege. Mm-hmm. Right? If this were a COD game getting this treatment, it would be fucking dead as fuck.
Mm-hmm. You know, COD games die all the time.
Oh yeah,
they get their fucking 6 months in the sun, and then the next one's released, and it's on to that one. Yeah. With Siege, it feels like they're really riding the fact that there is no other game like this, there has never been a game like this, and it feels like they're milking that fact so that they can get away with this stupid shit. I'm sure it's not intentional, but I guarantee you if this were a different game in a different like genre or series or something like that, and it was getting this treatment, and then they would see their numbers fucking drop.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what are we gonna do? Go play Valorant?
Yeah, it's like what am I gonna do? Man. Like go be a fucking casual streamer? Like I can't. Like I'm not gonna do that. And like the thing with me, like I've always like since I got like the reason I got a PC was because they canceled Xbox Pro League. And when I had an Xbox, I'm like, I'm gonna go pro on Xbox. They cancel that. Hey mom, I need a PC. Why? She didn't really understand at the time, so I'm like, I just want to play with my friends. And then the second I get my PC, I'm grinding, getting better and better and better to play comp. And when I'm getting into T3 comp, like no name teams, no name leagues, no name tournaments, that's at Siege's peak. That's Siege's peak right there. And I'm like, this game is going to be fucking great. I'm going to be 18. I'm going to be the best. And now I'm 18 in March, and I don't know whether this game's going to be at the state where people are looking to pick up new players. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do anymore because this game is just going down, 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 down. And there's so many other people like me that are going through this, and it sucks. But at the end of the day, what am I going to do about it? Complain and bitch? Like,
I mean, like, well, it feels like to an extent though, like if you do complain and bitch, no one's going to be mad at you for it. Mm-hmm. Well, there are going to be some people, right? But I don't blame you, right? The game is not in a healthy state right now. Plenty of people are leaving the game, and then like I forget whose tweet I read about it, but they confronted a bunch of pros and shit. And a bunch of pros are just legitimately considering just being done with the game. They view it because, like it's their job. And at this rate, the game could legitimately, from a fiscal standpoint and an employment standpoint, be a little unstable at this rate. In year 2 time.
Yeah.
Which is tragic because, like, you know what? I'm saying Overwatch fucking sucks, right? Like... It's Superman TF2. I don't care, right? And I mean, you could say that about Siege too, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. But it sucks so much because Siege, if I feel like it had the right trajectory and the right people backing it that actually gave a flying fuck about the game, it could be worthy of actually being called a T1 esport. Like. Mm-hmm. We already talked about Twitch viewership, but I want to add on that, like right now for EU Pro League, the max I generally see is 11 to 12K viewers, right?
Yeah.
That fucking sucks. You have Counter-Strike running reruns of its games, getting like 8,000 viewers. Fucking reruns, getting the same viewership as some regions. Like, Counter-Strike's a bigger game, but whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Remember when Bolo played and we got like 50, 60,000 viewers back in like the summer?
Yeah. I mean, Siege is literally, they realized that when Bolo is playing, they have a command on the Twitch channel saying, Bolo is playing right now. Come watch. Like, bro. Like, yeah, Bolo's fucking amazing. He's a good, like, but they're getting more viewership off one player. And they're capitalizing on it instead of trying to fix it. And that's an issue.
Yeah, and like, how are you gonna rely on how are you gonna rely on a person to carry the game and not the game to carry people?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people also like started to watch easily too, like Sonic's games, because like he's growing really big on Twitch.
Yeah,
I think more pros should like aim to stream more. Like, I think these are like you have experience with this like 10-mans. I love watching pro 10-mans. Those are like. Great. I love watching those. Yeah. So, like, if, like, more pros stream that, then the more they grow, the more people will actually want to watch them play, like, professionally. So.
Yeah, and my opinion on that is, I think pro players especially, the more active they get within the community and the more active they get with their fan base, the better it's going to get. Because when you have players like, not trying to like say Iconics, ego, but like when you got players like kicking out other CL players for running out, like you know exactly what I'm talking about. No info. Like you're not really showing that you want other people to play with you. You're really just like, what's the word? When you're isolating yourself from other people because you are at the top. And if I feel like the thing with me, like, yeah, I'm a T3 no name. Like, I have a few Twitter followers, but I always interact with people, on Twitter. Like, I always interact with, like, good morning, how's your day, blah, blah, blah. I reply, I like. And it's like, I feel like the more pro players do that, like, interact with their fan base, they're like, hey, this guy's really nice. This guy's really cool. And he's good, too. I want to go watch him.
For sure.
The better the viewership's going to get.
Oh, yeah. And, like, the thing is, though, especially with... Because you could technically say that these pro players are like celebrities of the Siege community, right? you know, what do you lose by being interactive with your fan base and being kind and showing that you're a human being?
Nothing.
You know,
you gain. You only gain.
You only gain. There's only shit to gain from that. And like Sam brought up earlier, like a lot of pros, maybe they need to start streaming and doing content creation. I think that with the state the game is in now, like that's just a wise investment. You know, like once you start streaming, you get a following of people that, you know, and if you're kind to them, you're actually involved with the community, they'll want to watch you play because you're you and not because you're a pro player, right? If you can bring that skill set, say the game fucking dies, you can take that somewhere else and you can become a streamer, right?
Well, some pros,
it's a wise investment.
Some pros, like Canadian, like they cannot stand ranked. Like they just don't like playing ranked. So like some of like they would have like a hard time like finding something to stream, I guess. But like that's where like 10 minutes comes in. 10 minutes is also awesome to watch, but the only problem with 10 minutes is they die really quickly. So
man, Braxton just tweeted, "I slept past 6 alarms, all set before 12." Jesus, I must be tired. That's tragic, man.
Yeah, I mean the thing with 10 minutes, I have a lot of experience with that. With my 10-man server, I mean, I release it. I wake up the next morning, 2K members. I go back to sleep. I wake up, 3K members. And you got, all of a sudden, I got this 10-man server that I wanted to be for like me, T3 players, and a few ranked players. Now I have a community. And I went from that to like needing staff, admins, sponsorships. There was a point in time where I was literally about to be an ambassador for a company for my 10-man server. And then all of a sudden, the new season comes out, dead, gone.
Yeah.
Just like
it'll
that.
Come back. Trust it'll come back.
I went from having at least 150 games a day to 1 or 2 a week. And I'm not mad. I knew that was going to happen the second I opened it. The new season comes out as dead. It all comes down to me wanting to be able to put the effort and time. When it was at its prime, I was up till 3 and 4 in the morning answering DMs, helping people with games, and it was really, really stressful.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work, but it paid off. Like it felt good. Like it got my name out there, which is not all that I care about, but it's like
it's nice to have.
It helped a lot.
There's nothing wrong with being known or wanting to be known.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something wrong with it once you start, you know, like doing risky things and egoing people because you want to be known. But like, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that, yes, I think that the 10-mans will honestly definitely you'll see a resurgence here towards the end of the season. Well, I mean, or maybe you won't. Maybe the game will be fucking dead by then. Who knows? But
yeah,
no chance.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I fucking wish.
I think the game goes like, if the game goes 3 more seasons the way it is, then it'll die. But if
it'll die in calm, but it's still like people are still gonna be playing ranked.
Yeah, people are still like people don't realize that like people are. It's not like we're losing players; we're still gaining people. So
like the only problem is the comp scene. Like the rank scene, it still sucks, but like people are still gonna play the game regardless.
Yeah, but like that goes beyond just Siege. Like ranked in every game, everyone's gonna say it fucking sucks.
Remix says Beazr 10-man admins were basically CL players and Terra.
This is true. However, that was a good selection of admins.
Yeah. I had another owner who went by the name of Heems.
Elias still mad I got best of best.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck you got best of the best, dude. I'm sitting here questioning my sanity.
What I did with that is just like, I know this sounds stupid, but like, I went off clout for the most part. I went off.
That's epic.
Yeah, then 20 Twitter followers.
Yeah, then you have admins and like you have like people like trial admins who like, oh, I can slide this guy this role. I can do this. Like they won't know. Like I don't pay attention to every single role that is given. And then obviously like if you're queuing for the best of best, which died in like a week, but then you had open queue going crazy. But like when best of best was going crazy, you had Kickstart easily, all these pro players, CO players playing in it, streaming it, people making YouTube videos about it, and it's just like you have all these people coming in, but then like, what do you know? They're just
I
gone.
put a closet cheater in best of best.
Yeah, no, I was queuing and an open queue, and I played a fly hacker.
A fly hacker.
This man was flying into sight, spinning around NTN.
Oh my god!
And this motherfucker does it in front of the owner.
Yeah,
yeah. I played a closet cheater, and like I honestly didn't know he was cheating. Like he was kind of shit, but like for a year at least. But like I don't like if you told me he wasn't cheating and it was like because I know he got banned for cheating or closet cheating at least like from the server. But like if you told me like he wasn't cheating, like I wouldn't be surprised. He was fucking dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, and like it got to the point where I was getting over 100 DMs a day, and like 50 DMs on Twitter, 100 on Discord. I'll see a DM and I'll just be like I just respond, you know, like I don't know what's going on. Like I was losing sleep, I was being stressed, and it's just like it got to the point where like I need to focus more on comp. Like I can't deal with this right now.
Yeah,
and
because you were on Homeland too at the same time.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Having to answer them fucking tech support calls mid-match.
Yeah, like
anybody in chat, ask questions for Beazr or for us. Like, probably you're gonna ask for Beazr, but like hit us up, like, because now we're gonna do our chat questions segment, you know. So,
or you can sit there in complete silence like a bunch of pricks. That works too.
Yeah.
I don't mean that, chat. I love y'all.
There's 12 of you. One of you has a question.
Last week, Sam and I did like hot takes. Beazr and Elias, you weren't there, obviously. So if you guys want to give like a hot take, we can do that while we wait for questions.
A hot take? I don't know if it's a hot take, but can you take shields, like the operators and the actual shields, out of the fucking video game, please?
No.
No, oh my god! I can't stand these fucking. I can't stand these.
Well, did you see the new Monty buff or the Monty nerf coming out? When you shoot at a shield or you knife, you have like when you knife a shield, you know how sometimes you can like quickly shoot the feet, like it kind of shoots back like Clash, like the feet, but it's not as far and it's not as big. And I'm pretty sure
Even Monty.
Yeah. It's kind of like Clash, but not nearly as bad as Clash, where her whole fucking side just flips out. Like it's just the bottom of the feet, but it's so much easier to kill. And I think nitros are going to do more damage, from what I remember.
They said that nitros are going to do less damage to people that are behind the shield. It'll do more damage to the shield, and it will also stun the shield. Like the flinch shit they do, it'll do that too. That being said, I still don't think they have a place in this game. I think that it just promotes a different style of gameplay that relies on nothing but playing like a little fucking prick.
Oh, we have a question. Why are they nerfing Monty? Someone has to explain it to me.
Bitch operator, that's why. I hate him.
He's frustrating, and they're trying to
play again.
Frustration, I guess.
The only reason I think people need to we need to nerf Monty. Have you ever heard of Baka? The CACL player?
Yeah.
Bro, he is the only reason I want Monty nerfed. That man. That man's terrifying.
Man, it ticks me off because you have these players that are so good at Monty, like they'll have 150 hours in it, and it's like, man, why couldn't you do that on literally anything else? Like they target ban that Monty, and you just become a chicken with your fucking head cut off.
Yeah, I mean, like, but for real though, with Monty, it's like you have this game based. It's like same with BB. You have this game based off one shot headshots, gun skill, and when you have an operator who can block a doorway, and it really comes down to, like, post plants, but like for the most part, like blocking a doorway, like when you're in a 1v1 for Monty, like 99% of the time you shouldn't win. I know that we were talking about that clip before we started, but like you can't really win if you're playing against a person with a brain. Because that shield, I mean, I know they're doing good things with like the hitting thing now, but that shield is not going anywhere. It's not moving unless you're dumb and you position yourself bad. And I just think that if you're in a 1v1 or you're in a 2v1, you need to have a chance to fight back. You can't fight back against a Monty.
Let's see, another question. Why do they choose to nerf someone they're strong but never buff other ops for bouncing? It literally makes every op ass. You know, actually, I'd argue that I've seen a bit of a difference in that, where they will buff these like random ass fucking operators that quite frankly don't really need shit added to them.
Buck
Like
frags, taking those away. Come on.
him fucking giving, like I think we can all agree here, like giving Frost that secondary shotgun, woohoo, fantastic. I'm not bringing fucking Frost to my setups. You know,
Hey, man.
but we are in the deployable shield meta, so who fucking knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to be a Frost
Jesus.
main.
You know, we talked about it last week with like the niche operators having shields, but like, and also I think that Valkyrie like can keep your shield. Like you have to sacrifice your C4 for Valkyrie, but like Lamai, Smoke, no, they don't need a shield. It's so dumb. Like,
Well, no, I don't think Valk needs him either, right? Because
you have to
think about it
sacrifice
this
your
way.
Nitro, like,
No, that doesn't fucking matter. You bring that shield, and guess what? You're playing Valk, they're going to want to bring an IQ. You know what that means? They have to take up space on their lineup, take out maybe another set of frags or flashes to clear shit, so that IQ can find the cams. Right?
Mhm.
Like, congratulations. I don't have a Nitro, but I have another shield. You have an IQ, and now you're down on more utility because IQ doesn't bring a fucking thing.
yeah. Seafull says Glass basically going back to pre-nerf state. Game was kind of better then. Yeah, the game was, well, I don't know if the meta was well, the meta kind of
Meta,
I didn't like the smoke flash
getting
meta.
yinged and smoked off, like, eh.
I like the I hate this meta right now, but I much prefer this than the Ying Glaz meta. That shit was impossible to play against. It made the game attacker sided, and now I know we're in a defender sided meta, but it's like at the end of the day,
game
you're not,
at a core is.
yeah, you're not going to like have a balance in a game like Siege. It's either going to be attacker sided or defender sided. That's why people want to have the choice to pick their sides, because they know, everyone knows. And the only way you're going to get that balance is you listen. I don't even think there is a way. I don't think you can.
Well, I don't know why they're trying to push for a complete 50-50 between, like, the sides and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, I get it, you want it to be balanced, you don't want it to be frustrating, but I think they also need to understand that in a search and destroy style FPS, it is very generally going to be defender-sided.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's just the way shit rolls out. On attack, you've got to clear shit, you've got to clear utility, you've got to drone out, you got to worry about roamers, all this shit. For defense, you just realistically, like, the bare